It's a capital murder case that has been marked by secrecy and media restrictions. Now a lawyer for accused Idaho killer Bryan Kohberger is asking the judge to reconsider his decision to deny a motion to toss out the charges he faces. But that request to consider was made under seal due to a strict gag order that was in place, and the defense is now asking that the contents of that motion to reconsider be made public. Kohberger's defense has previously made 2 different attempts to get the indictment against him dismissed, the judge denying both requests in mid-December. Our legal contributor, defense attorney, and host of Law and Crime Network, Brian Buckmire, joining me now. Let's talk about the strategy here, Brian. Why ask for the contents of this motion to be made public?
Kira, so I'm only reading the tea leaves here, but in my opinion, as a former public defender, and Bryan Kohberger is being represented by a public defender as well, is the media and the information against Bryan Kohberger is in many ways just negative towards him. I think this is a way of trying to get some of that information out in a positive light, try to push back, so to speak, on the court of public opinion and maybe have a more even view of this case, because ultimately there's not going to be a plea deal in this case. It's going to go to trial. And when you're picking your jury, you want them to hear some beneficial information about your client in your case before they potentially get selected.
So how realistic is this request from the Kohberger team? I mean, can we actually expect to see this happen and see what's in these filings?
So, Kira, the specific request is just for the defense's motion to reconsider and to dismiss the indictment, to potentially have it interlocutory, meaning a kind of pause on the proceedings where they go and appeal to a higher court, or a potential stay. They also want the prosecution's response to that motion to come out. Now, typically a motion of this nature is heavily in the legal aspect and kind of light on the factual portions. They're not really talking about, well, this evidence and this evidence proves that Bryan Kohberger is guilty or not guilty. They're really talking about procedurally why this indictment should be dismissed. And so for that purpose, I think it could come in. There could be a good chance. And that's what they're arguing. They say this is a lot different than the restrictions on the grand jury, which is very fact-intensive, very evidence-intensive. And it's understandable why the gag order may exist for that. But we could see a procedural argument, that being the motion to dismiss, come out. It's just up to the judge and their interpretation of their own gag order, as well as Idaho law in restricting information to the public.
All right. Well, we'll follow it. Brian, appreciate you. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.